So coming into a seated position that you will feel comfortable holding for 3 minutes. Whatever it is you're sitting on, grounding down through your 2 sit bones, and then creating space through each of the vertebrae from the tip of your tail through the crown of your head, elongating your spine. You can close your eyes and your hands are just resting gently wherever they naturally fall. So relaxing the arms, relaxing the shoulders. Beginning to draw your attention inward by focusing on the breath. Not trying to manipulate it in any way, just noticing. What does it sound like? How does it feel? What is its quality? Is it expansive and free-flowing? Is it a little more tight and restricted? Beginning to breathe deeply into your low belly, filling up the low belly, then the low ribs, into the chest, into the throat. Exhaling completely, every drop of air out, contracting through the low belly at the bottom of your exhale. Inhale to expand 360 degrees. Exhale completely, all the air expel. Draw the belly in and up, hollowing out. Continue to breathe, complete inhales and complete exhales, in and out through your nose. Trying to fill more space than the breath before every time. And we'll enter into 4 parts breath, which will have a hold at the top of your inhale. Complete exhalation and a hold at the bottom of the exhale. At the top of the exhale, as you hold for just a moment, feeling the swirling breath, the prana in the body trapped inside of you. Exhaling completely, holding at the bottom of the exhale to feel the emptiness, the cavity, the hollowness, before the rush of air comes in again. Letting go of that breath work and opening your eyes. And smile, everybody. We're going to start moving around, coming into tabletop position, sending the right leg back, tuck the toes under, and press gently back to get a stretch through the foot, through the ankle, into the calf, maybe even into the hamstring. Now take your left hand and flip it 180 degrees. If it doesn't go the full 180, that's fine. And you don't have to do it at all. If you have sensitive wrists, just leave it out. Find the breath here. Good, bringing the knee back under the hip. Flip your wrist around. The same leg will come 90 degrees to the side. Tuck the back toes under. Inhale here, and as you exhale, sit the hip back to the heel. Keep the chest up. Gaze up, chest towards me. Inhale to lift the hips. Exhale to sit the hips down towards the heel. Keeping the right leg as straight as you can. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit back. Inhale to lift. Exhale, sit back and hold. The body and the muscles are still, but the breath remains flowing and moving. Inhale to lift the hips. Good, and now walk your hands towards your body until you come up into an upright position. Yes, the left arm is going to reach up and over. The right arm just drapes over the straight leg. Find the breath. Every posture is an opportunity for the breath to get into places it couldn't before. So as we close off on one side, it will open up the other side. On an inhalation, coming out of the lateral bend, exhale to place the hands down. Good, bringing that right knee back under the hip. Send the left leg straight back, tuck the toe, press back, right hand flips 180 degrees. Feel the belly expanding and contracting. Your breath should sound like ocean waves. A slight constriction of the back of the throat to help build heat. Good, coming back to your tabletop. Flip your palm, the left leg comes out 90 degrees to the side. Tuck the toe back under. Inhale here, and as you exhale, sit the hip back to the heel. Chest up, eyes up, back flat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit back. 2 more times, following your own breath rhythm. Feel how the expansion of the inhalation naturally just lifts you up. The exhale, the contraction, allows you to sink down and back. Hold here. Remaining chest up, gaze up, flat back. Untuck your tail like you're trying to find an extension through the spine. Notice how that changes the stretch in the legs depending on where your pelvis is. On an inhalation, coming back up. Exhale to bring the leg back underneath the knee. Inhale to walk your hands towards your body. Oops, you're supposed to keep your left leg out. Sorry, guys. Walk your hands towards your body and then lift the upper body, stacking shoulders over hips. Beautiful. Right arm lifts up and over. Left arm drapes over the leg. Relax. Now try not to cave in. Open up the chest. The gaze can be beyond that elbow as you open through the side body on the right side. Breathing into this new space. One more inhalation, and as you exhale, unwind, coming back into your tabletop, knee comes underneath the hip. Perfection. So bring that knee to the center line, and you're going to take the left knee and you're going to wrap it around the back. So I'll just sit up so everyone can see that. The right knee is in front, left knee is behind, and you're going to squeeze your thighs together. Next step is to bring your heels away from your midline as much as you possibly can. Very nice. And from here, we're going to do a reverse cat-cow. So as you inhale, tuck your tail, round your spine, chin to chest, gaze to navel. Exhale, extend the spine, arching through the back, gaze up, chest forward. Inhale, tuck tail, chin to chest, round the spine. Exhale, unfurl. Continue 2 more breaths. Forcefully exhale with a constriction in the back of the throat so you sound like an animal. Good, back to neutral spine. Now begin to stir the pot with the pelvis. Choose a direction. Make as big and even a circle as you can. Rocking around, creating fluidity. The circular motion helps to break up tension in the hips. Switch directions, around and around. Now breathe deeply. Inhales and exhales. Make your breath audible. Good, find stillness. Now bring the toes back behind you. So instead of being at your side, they'll be behind you. Tuck your toes under, cross-legged, downward facing dog. Hold here and breathe. Keep a bend in the knees. Even out the toes if you can. So if the right foot's like way in front or way behind, just try to even out the feet a little bit. A few deep breaths. Press the palms evenly down into the floor. Take your right foot, pick it up, and bring it around behind the left foot. So now we're in second side. Come back into your tabletop. Now the left knee is in front. Bring the ankles out to the sides and begin your reverse cat-cow. Inhale, rounding the spine, chin to chest, gaze to navel. Exhale, extending, look up, chest forward, heart up. Continue using your own breath rhythm. Feel the pelvis rocking forward and back, up and down. Coming back to neutral spine, begin to stir the pot. Choose a direction. Don't worry about it being perfect or what it looks like. Try to just draw the biggest, roundest circle that you possibly can. Breathe. Press the pads under your knuckles down. So there should be no tenting of the fingertips or the palms. Press those palms down, making contact with your mat. Switch directions. Roll. Good. Find stillness. The feet come behind you. Tuck the toes, cross-legged, downward facing dog. Now unwind your feet. So we're in a traditional down dog now. Please keep a bend in the knees. Heels are lifted off of the floor as the chest presses towards your thighs. On an inhalation, lift up the right leg. Exhale to bring the right foot to the outside of the right pinky. Drop the back knee down. Top of the back foot comes down. Tent the fingertips. Now don't roll the shoulders forward. Open the chest like you're extending through the spine. Heart forward, pelvis forward, knee drives forward. Gaze is up. Energy moving out in front of you, into your future, into your potential. Finding the breath, filling the body. One more inhale. As you exhale, plant the hands, tuck back toe, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, bring left foot to the outside of your left pinky. Drop the back knee down. Top of the foot comes down. Now tent the fingertips, pelvis. Moving down and forward. Chest opens and lifts, squeezing the shoulder blades together like you're back bending in this low lunge. Oxygenate the muscles, let the breath buoy you up. One more inhale, and on your exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toe, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring the foot between the thumbs. Drop the back knee down. Untuck back toes, and on an inhalation, rise up, arms coming up over the head. Now slight tilt of the pelvis so that there's not an arching in the lumbar spine. You'll feel more of a stretch in the hip if you can get that posterior pelvic tilt. You'll feel the hip flexor stretch, and we'll also be getting the extension through the thoracic spine instead of just arching through the low back. So tuck, tuck, tuck the pelvis. On an inhale, hands come to the heart. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Exhale, hook your elbow to the outside of the thigh, looking over your shoulder. Press the hands together firmly. Press the thumbs into the chest. Squeeze your legs. Breathe. On your next inhalation, arms rise up over the head. Exhale, frame the front foot. Stay where you are. Now we'll begin to straighten through the front leg, bending through the back hip, finding a hamstring stretch through the back of the front leg. Again, play with the position of the pelvis. If you back bend and look at me, feel how much more of a stretch you can find in the hamstring. Maybe it's too much. Maybe you need to round, and that's okay. Just noticing the biomechanics of the body, how you can manipulate the sensations. It's an inhale to rock back into your low lunge. Exhale, tuck back toes, downward facing dog. Feel how your down dog evolves after each pose. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring it between the thumbs. Drop the back knee, top of the foot comes down. On an inhalation, arms lift up over the head, low lunge. Lengthen the low back by tucking the pelvis. Find extension between the shoulder blades, chest up, open heart. Where's the breath? Where can it go now in this posture? Where can it get to that it couldn't before? On an inhalation, press the palms together, bring them to your heart. Exhale, contract through the belly and twist, hooking the elbow onto the outside of the thigh, looking over your shoulder. What is the quality of the breath in this twist? On an inhale, arms sweep up over the head. Exhale to fingertips down, framing front foot, and then gently, slowly, straighten front knee, shifting hips back, hamstring stretch. Find that edge in the stretch by extending through the spine, untucking the tail. Breathing into the tension. It's an inhale to rock the weight forward. Exhale, tuck toes, frame front foot, downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, walking your feet to your hands. Exhale, forward fold, clasping onto opposite elbows. Bend your knees and completely relax your head and your neck. Feel your belly rise and fall against your thighs. Relax your shoulders. Let the shoulders kind of fall near your ears, from the tip of your tail to the top of your head, lengthening. With every exhale, the head gets a little closer to the floor. On your next inhalation, release your elbows, tent your fingertips, and flatten your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. This time, lifting up, arms sweep up over the head, standing salute. Gaze is high, following the arms over the head, lift. Exhale, arms down by your side, Tadasana. Feet directly under hips, soft through the knees, shoulders relaxed. We'll go through only 2 sun salutations, slightly modified. On your inhale, arms lift over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg steps back, high lunge. Exhale, left leg steps back, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Elbows squeeze in, tops of the feet down. Inhale, baby cobra, back bend, chest up, gaze up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg steps forward. Exhale, left leg follows, forward fold. Inhale through flat back, rise up, all the way to stand, standing salute. Exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold through flat back. Inhale, left leg steps back. Exhale, right leg follows, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower, squeeze the elbows in, tops of the feet down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg steps in. Exhale, right leg follows, forward fold. Inhale through flat back to rise, standing salute, gaze up. Exhale, arms down by your side, Tadasana, hold and breathe, option to close your eyes. Feel the tingling in the fingertips, beating of the heart. If you close your eyes, open them. We'll come into standing poses, just a few balance poses here, starting with tree. So we'll take the right foot, we're going to externally rotate the right foot as much as we can without compromising the alignment of the left leg, okay? So a few options here. You can keep your toes down and keep that kind of like a kickstand, right? Or you can come to low leg. You can come up a little bit higher, or you can grab onto your ankle and really nestle it firmly into the inner, that little fleshy area of the inner thigh, upper inner thigh. So whatever you decide, once you arrive, bring your hands to your heart. If you're near a wall or have something you want to hold on to, that's perfectly fine. Staring at something unmoving and steady, shoulders relaxed. Squeeze that supporting leg, squeeze both of the glutes. Option to raise your arms up over your head. Continuing to breathe through this balance challenge. Good. It's an inhale to bring hands back to heart. Exhale to lower the foot back down. Nice. Release the arms, shake it out, let it go of whatever just happened. We are moving on to new side. So setting up on the left, and again, coming into whichever version of tree is going to work best for you today. Now really smash your foot into your inner thigh and smash your inner thigh into your foot. So equal pressure is going to create the most stability. Hands to heart when you've arrived. Shoulders relaxed, long spine. Option to raise arms up over the head. Remember, trees sway and move, right? And so do we. It's okay. You don't have to stay completely stable. It's how do you handle the swaying, right? It's going to happen, and how are you going to handle it? It's an inhalation to bring hands back to heart, and an exhale to bring the foot back down. Good. Release your arms. Let that go. Very, very nice. So next we're going to set up for Warrior One. And I'm not going to come into this in any kind of fancy way. We're going to start in Tadasana at the top of the mat. I'm going to have you step your right foot back about 3 feet. And your right toes are at 1 o'clock. Okay? So what this allows, it allows that our heel and the outside edge of our foot can come down for most of us. But it still allows the hip to be straight ahead, which is one of the primary alignments for Warrior One. Now bend the front knee so that the front knee is over the ankle, back leg is straight, hips are square. On an inhale, arms lift up over your head. Now wrap the pinkies inwards slightly, and that's going to help encourage the shoulders down out of the ears. Maintaining that long low back by slightly tucking the pelvis so the ribs aren't flaring out in front of us. We have that nice cylinder through the trunk, which is an indication of a strong, stable core. Now I did say plural balance exercises. So our next is Warrior Three. If you know how to get there, you can go ahead. For everyone else, you're going to begin to lighten the weight on the back leg and keep a soft front knee. Arms will sweep down and back so they're pointing behind you. Now really engage through the back leg. If you have something to put your hand on for balance, you can do that. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through both of the legs. Open through the chest. Gaze out in front of you slightly like you're Superman. You need to see where you're going. One more inhale, and as you exhale, see if you can come back into your original Warrior One. Beautiful. One more inhalation in Warrior One. And as you exhale, pivoting to Warrior Two. The right foot comes 90 degrees, keeping that bend in the right and the left knee. Knee is directly over the ankle. You're looking out over your left fingertips, pressing down through the outer edge of your back foot. That's your right foot. Lengthening through the low back. On an inhale, straighten through the front knee. Exhale to reach out over the horizon. When you can reach no further, the arms will windmill into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Good. Yes, reach energetically through the fingertips, squeeze through the legs, brace through the core, open through the chest. On your next inhale, press through the back leg firmly to rise up. Exhale, bend front knee, Warrior Two. Inhale to flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Keeping the bend in the front knee, draping the back arm over the thigh, opening through the side body. Gaze can be past the elbow, gazing up at the sky. Keep that bend in the front knee straight through the back leg. One more inhalation. As you exhale, completely unwinding, hands frame front foot through chaturanga, high plank, and exhale down to the mat. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to walk your feet to your hands. Exhale as you arrive, forward fold. Inhale to rise up through flat back, standing salute. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your sides. Beautiful. Setting up for second side. Warrior one. Left foot comes back. We're setting up now. The left toes are at 11 o'clock. Bend through the front knee, so the knee is over the ankle, and you can adjust how much space is between your legs. It's different for everyone based on how long your legs are and your flexibility. So from here, on an inhalation, the arms will lift up, warrior one. Shoulders relaxed. One more inhalation in your warrior one, and as you exhale, taking your time, lightening on the back leg, arms sweep back by your sides, flexing through your back ankle, squeezing through the back leg, straight through the back knee, soft through the supporting knee. Don't lock out that knee that's supporting you. Where's the breath? Where's the gaze? Squeeze between your shoulder blades, open through your chest, reaching energetically through the fingertips. And best you can, coming back to your warrior one. Beautiful. Keep that bend in the front knee. And then we'll transition to warrior two. Externally rotate through the back foot, 90 degrees. Bend, you keep the bend in the front knee, right over the ankle. The gaze comes over the right fingertips. Spine stays perpendicular with the floor, so we're not leaning over at an angle. Shoulders relaxed, chest lifted. On an inhalation, straighten through the front knee. Exhale to reach out over the horizon, and then pivoting, and the arms will come into Trikonasana. Squeeze hard through the back leg. Best you can to straighten the legs. They don't have to be totally straight. It's okay. Find your breath. Brace the core. On your next inhale, press through the back leg. Rise up. Exhale, bend front knee, warrior two. Inhale to flip from palm. And exhale to reverse your warrior. One more inhale. As you exhale, completely unwind. Frame front foot through chaturanga. Meeting in down dog. Hold your down dog. Walking out the heels. Walk your dog as needed. Good. Drop to your knees. Untuck your toes. Bring your arms down by your sides and then rest your head to the mat. Notice the breath, the quality of the breath. Hands coming back out in front of you and into an extended child. And then lift up the hips so you're in a tabletop position. We'll come into a pigeon pose. So knee comes right behind the wrist. And then stretch out through the back leg. Now, if you'd like to stay up here, if you feel a nice stretch through the outside of the hip up in this upright position, then feel free to stay. If you'd like to come down, then you can come down onto elbows, or you can even rest your head on the mat. Whatever feels most productive for you today. Now, although we will be letting go of the Ujjayi breath now, if you've been using it, still attempting to not let any breath go by unnoticed. The breath is what keeps us anchored in the present moment, connected to ourselves and our practice. If you're on your elbows, try not to tense up through your shoulders. Make sure you're completely exhaling. There's a whole nother level of sensation when you totally exhale. So try not to let stale air kind of remain resting in your low lungs. Try to get everything out every time. If you come to elbows, press up through your hands. And now we're going to do the lazy transition, which I think most of you are familiar with. You're going to just rock your weight onto the front hip. And swing the left leg around, and the right leg goes behind you. Taking a moment to settle into second side. If you feel restless, just try to refocus on the breath. If you come onto elbows, you can press up. And same thing, we're just going to sit down on that front hip, and both legs will swing out in front. Now we're going to bring the right foot so it's to the edge of the mat, and the right or the left sole of the foot is going to come to press into your inner thigh. Square your hips towards the foot that is out here, so not out front. Really look and position yourself over that leg and begin to forward fold over that leg. Now if you have a blanket or something you could actually rest your head on, that's beautiful. It's okay if you don't. You can make a little pillow for yourself using your fists. And you can also have a slight bend. Like I have a slight bend in my knee. My knee is not totally straight. That's also totally fine. Try to drop the inside shoulder. That's the left shoulder. Feel the belly pressing against your upper thigh as you breathe in and out. Can you relax your ankle? Don't hold on to your ankle, just let it go. Release your grip and slowly press back up into upright position. And we'll go ahead and switch sides. If you've lost focus of the breath, bring your attention back to it. Release grip and gently press yourself up. And we'll bring the legs out and together. If you have a block, you can sit up on it, especially if it's hard for you to have a nice flat back if your butt is just on the ground. If you can achieve the flat back and get those sit bones plugged in and your perineum plugged in, then that's fine. It might require a little bend in the knees, that's also fine. So from here, you're going to bring your left foot to the outside of the right knee. Make sure this leg stays straight. Don't let it come flopping in towards the midline. Perfection. On an inhale, we're going to lift up the right arm. Exhale to hook the elbow to the outside of the left thigh, and then the left fingertips will come behind you. Now, if that's absolutely like, no, I can't do that for whatever reason, just hug your knee. That's okay too. You don't have to hook your elbow. Now, as you're here, I don't want you to lean back. Try to lift the chest, straighten up through the spine. Breathing into the twist. One more inhale, and as you exhale, slowly coming back through center. We'll do a brief counter twist before switching sides. Good, back through center, straighten out left leg, right foot comes to the outside of the knee. Straighten up through the spine best you can. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, hook the elbow. Inhale to lengthen and straighten the spine. And exhale to tent the fingertips behind you coming into the twist. Shoulders relaxed, chest lifting. Where can you soften? Maybe it's just around your face. One more inhalation. And as you exhale, coming through center, brief counter twist. Good. Straighten your legs out and lie down on your back. We'll be coming into bridge. So, soles of your feet are down, they're hip distance apart. So what I would like you to do is lift the hips up, pressing into the feet evenly, and then clasp your all 10 fingers underneath you. Try to get the palms to touch, and then from here, you're going to walk your upper arm bones towards one another, and you're going to prop your upper body onto your upper arm bones. Now squeeze the palms together. Tuck the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. Keep your thighs parallel. Don't let your knees fall out to the sides. Squeeze through the back of the legs to lift the hips as high as they will go. Now take a few deep breaths. Release your grip. Arms come to the outside, and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll the spine back onto the mat, ending with the pelvis. Hug both knees into the chest. Keep the spine long, tailbone and back of the head heavy on your mat as you hug the knees tightly towards your chest. Good. Happy baby will be our final pose. So you're going to bring the knees wide outside of the rib cage. Your arms will come to the insides of your knees, and you're going to hang onto the outer edges of your feet. Now, if those are not available to you, just grab onto your ankles. Totally fine. From here, bring your heels over your knees. Now, if you can, keep the tailbone down on the mat. So try not to let your tail and your butt lift off of your mat. Try to keep those down. Keep the head down, lengthening through the spine. And you can rock side to side from here. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Knees hug into the chest one last time. And then lengthen the legs out, preparing for final resting pose, Shavasana. Your feet are as wide as your mat. Your arms are down by your sides, giving your armpits room to breathe. Palms facing up. Close your eyes. And completely let go of all effort. Become aware of gravity and the weight of your body. A sensation of sinking into the floor. Muscles relax and loosen around the bone. Small muscles of your face soften. Release and let go. Fully surrender. Allow your thoughts and emotions to float by in your mind's eye like little clouds in the sky. Not trying to stop or change them, but just not getting attached to anyone in particular. Just allow them to come in and out. Becoming the witness of your own inner landscape with no judgment, total equanimity. If you've noticed that you have attached yourself to a thought or you have been ruminating, just imagine letting that thought or emotion gently go. Let it just float by. If it's important, it will come back to you at the end of class. Become restless, focus your attention on the soft, gentle sensation of your breath. Bringing small signs of life to your fingers and toes. Take a few deeper breaths, preparing the body for rising up. Bring both arms up over your head. Big stretch, lifting the low back off the floor like you're waking up for the very first time. Hugging both knees into the chest. You'll rock onto the right side of your body. Right arm comes up over the head so you can rest your head on your bicep like a little pillow. Pressing up through the left palm, you'll come back into your original seated position with your eyes closed. Lengthen up through the spine, rooting down through your sit bones and perineum. Feeling stable and grounded, but also light. Taking a moment to notice the quality of your breath and the contrast between the beginning and the end of class. The energy, softness, openness that you've cultivated over the last hour. Open your eyes, bringing your hands together, pressing your thumbs into your sternum to prayer position. And repeat after me in your own mind's eye. I am worthy. I am enough. I am worthy. I am enough. Namaste.